From the Western Cape, let me take you to the Eastern Cape. 11 years with no piped water. Matatiele residents have taps but no water. Hundreds of millions of rand have been spent on the Fobane water scheme, but the community remains thirsty. They continue to share water with livestock. Let me take you to eNCA's senior journalist, that's Matatiele, who joins us now from Matatiele. And Dessen, do the residents know what the reasons are for the delays in them getting water in the area where you are?
Well, certainly not the ones that I've spoken to, Tulas. You know, all we tend to hear are excuses and explanations when we try to get the answers as to exactly why this is. But for the residents who've waited for that long, they're tired of that. And it's expressed in the interviews that we've done during the course of the morning. It's expressed in the conversations and just their mannerisms and how they react when you ask them about water. They're just tired. And mostly because as they walk down to these areas where they collect water from, in many cases they have to walk past these. And some of them are referring to them as decorations, really, the taps that you see here, because a lot of them are dry. In fact, it's impossible for me to check all of them, but the ones that we've seen, according to the residents and from checking them ourselves, are dry. The area councillor, who I just had the opportunity to speak to a short while ago, says that of the 7 villages in his ward, in Ward 23, about 5 of them, according to him, have water intermittently. So I guess it's just a game of luck. I can tell you that this one is completely dry, so I guess I've just come here on the wrong day, if his explanation is to be believed. He says that there's a problem with how the water is pumped and contractors are busy trying to get that sorted out. But that is a very different story to what the residents on the ground themselves are saying and what we've seen not far from here where they are collecting water.
So what is the result then? I mean, that's nothing really captures what's happening better than opening a tap and what should be the most natural thing, water flowing out, not happening as you just did in the last few minutes. What's the result then and implications for the livelihood of people in that ward? I think you said it's Ward 23. How do they manage?
Correct. So what they have to do here is they need to find areas where there are natural springs or anywhere where there's water that has collected rainwater and so on. Some of the people in this area have tanks. Those that are not able to afford that will have to take the trip down these gravel roads and make their way to these communal water sources. Now, the problem here, Tulas, is that that is not clean water. So much of it is dirty, and they are sharing that with cattle. These are not tales that residents have told us. These are things that we've seen during our time here. Also not unique to the Eastern Cape or to Matatiele. We see this in KwaZulu-Natal as well. But I think, Tulas, the issue here is that it's the time of being sad about these things has long passed. And certainly as South Africans, even those that don't live in these villages, we have every right to be angry that a situation like this, which is not normal, is becoming normalized. That image of a gogo carrying her bucket away from this dirty water that is full of litter and trying to make her way back to her home. So we are waiting for a response from the Alfred Nzo District Municipality. I have put in some questions. They promised that they would get back to me today to talk about this project. Why has it taken so long? What has it cost? And I guess the important question, when will residents here eventually see a consistent and constant flow of water through these taps that they are surrounded by?
Finger on the pulse reporting there of senior journalist here at eNCA, Matatiele, out in Matatiele. Show and tell, it works really well on television, as you just saw there, doing what he does best.